all authority is really about the body. If you look at all of the authorities in the chart, every single one of them, first of all, happen below the neck or involve talking. If you have mental authority, then you have to talk, and that's part of your getting clarity with your authority. Really, authority is about how does my body respond to truth, to my path, to my direction, to what's right for me. And really learning about your authority is about really learning or reconnecting or embodying your inner awareness. For the emotional solar plexus people, I always tell them, chart your wave, start charting how you feel on a daily basis, because it's not really about finding the rhythm. Sometimes you might find a rhythm, but it's really about getting back in touch with how does my body feel, and how does my body feel in response to this decision, and how much time do I need? What does clarity feel like? What does lack of clarity feel like in my body? And so that daily practice of charting and saying, today I feel this way, today my body feels this way, today, especially if you have a root center connected to your emotional solar plexus, when you have that kind of a configuration, that your energy in your body is directly tied to your emotional solar plexus. So you might find that when your emotional energy is in that low internal, contemplative place, that your physical energy, your adrenaline energy goes down with it. That's actually kind of nice because in some ways it's easier to interpret, because you can say, oh, I'm not feeling I have a lot of energy. Where am I at on my wave? If you have that root open, then sometimes that adds extra pressure to getting, figuring out, making that decision quickly. And then it's harder. Sometimes it can be harder to really connect to that emotional feeling in the body. But if you have emotional authority and a defined sacral, you have to learn how to dance with those two pieces, because even though your sacral is giving you truth in the moment, it's not really true for you until you let your sacral respond over the course of your wave. And so how that looks is, if you have a defined sacral and you have emotional authority, you can get something to respond to in the moment, and your sacral might be like, yeah, right? But then you have to keep waiting throughout your wave to make sure that that sacral response stays the same in spite of your emotional volatility or your emotional wave. If your sacral response stays true while you go through your wave, then that's going to be what's true for you. But if you're like, and the next day you're like, and then the next day you're like, woohoo, and the next day you're like, anytime you have that kind of a pattern while you're waiting out your wave, that's definitely a no, by the way. That's a no. Because what's going to happen is, if you take whatever that opportunity is, or you respond to that opportunity, even though you've been all over the place during your wave, that means, well, you're in relationship with whatever that is. You'll have that same emotional pattern, that same sacral pattern the whole time. So you might love the idea in the beginning, but if it doesn't stay true over the course of your wave, you're going to have that same inconsistency with your energy and your sacral response the whole time you're in relationship with whatever that is.